We've just learned the Tigers game against the Mariners, officially set for 4:08, will be delayed. Thank you so much for joining me. First at 4, I'm Kimberly Gill, filling in today for Karen Drew. Let's take a live look at Comerica Park right now. No word right now on exactly when the game will start. But if we win today, the Tigers will be one step closer to the American League Championship Series. The crowd is filing in, you see there, and fans are ready to roar. A big concern for many is those clouds that are hanging in the air. So let's bring in forewarned meteorologist Brian Sherman. Brian, what can you tell us about the forecast?
We've still got some of that rain around. The tarp is still out down at Comerica Park. Give it an hour, maybe 2. I do think we'll start to see conditions improve. Either way we look at it, Exact Track 40 radar still tracking the last of our showers, and we go in closer into Wayne County toward downtown Detroit. You can see that rain from Hamtramck down toward Dearborn, as well as Melvindale, and working down toward Taylor and Southgate, all pulling off to the east. So right now I'm anticipating within 30 minutes to maybe an hour or a little more, we get the rain out of here, and hopefully we can get the game started down at Comerica Park. 55 degrees here in downtown Detroit, much different than we were yesterday. That cold front still pressing on through this afternoon, but comparing this to where we were this time yesterday, the entire region running upwards of 25 to 30 plus degrees colder, and we are going to keep these colder changes into the forecast through the overnight and into our Wednesday as well. Our first cold front pressing off to the east, rain behind it, but we've got another one off to the northwest here. That moves through tonight into the early portions of the overnight and really cools us down by early tomorrow morning. Rain winding down by mid this evening, upper 50s, dropping into the low 50s by midnight tonight, but some sunshine's on the way tomorrow. We'll talk more about the rain for the Tigers game tonight and tomorrow. The details in your full 4-1 forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, sounds good, Brian. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you. Tigers team leaders say they want to see a sea of orange in the stands, and fans who wear orange clothes today will get orange rally towels at the gates. We're no stranger to big events downtown, but DPD wants to remind everybody officers will be keeping a watchful eye to ensure everybody stays safe.
We have a great strategy in place, many layered approach. You're going to see increased officers in the stadium, outside the stadium, extra traffic control in the downtown area, officers you won't see, and again, our finest real-time crime center, where we're going to leverage our cameras in the downtown area to ensure the safety of all of our guests in the downtown footprint.
Right, so here are a few things you can keep in mind. Have a plan so that you know where you're going. Make sure to use legal street parking, or you can, of course, use lot parking. Don't leave your valuables out in the open. Keep them with you, or if you don't need them, just leave them at home. And finally, if you see something suspicious, say something, because there will be plenty of officers around if you have any questions or concerns. Our other big story today, it's been 1 week since the federal government shut down, and it could stay that way for at least another week. The House will not return to Washington until October 14th. So take a live look at the U.S. Capitol right now. We've been covering shutdown impacts from the beginning. The stalemate in Washington centers on health care funding. Democrats refused to support a Republican spending bill that left out extended subsidies for the Affordable Care Act. Right now, all non-essential services are closed as a result of the shutdown. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers are on the job without pay, and that includes active duty service members. Meanwhile, the White House raises questions about whether these laid-off workers are actually entitled to back pay.
There are some legal analysts who are saying that that may not be appropriate or necessary in terms of the law requiring that back pay be provided. So I'm sure that'll be there will be a lot of discussion about that. But there are legal analysts who think that that is not something that government should do.
We'll stand with you as we've done from the very beginning of this presidency. And the law is clear. Every single furloughed federal employee is entitled to back pay. Period. Full stop. The law is clear, and we will make sure that that law is followed.
All right, now let's take a look at FlightAware's misery map. As the government shutdown is grounding flights and stranding travelers, the FAA confirms air traffic controller shortages are causing delays. Officials say controllers are calling in sick because they're not getting paid, And you can see dozens of delays at Chicago O'Hare International right now. DTW only has about 8 delays, thankfully. Last night it got so bad, though, in Burbank, California, the control tower had to shut down. So we'll keep you updated on how the shutdown is affecting people across the country. We'll do that here on the air on Channel 4 and on clickondetroit.com. Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed Michigan's new $81 billion budget into law. The 2026 budget includes tax relief for seniors and working families, funding for roads, police, and health care, and investments in the environment and government services. Whitmer calls it a bipartisan compromise that addresses everyday issues. Republican leaders say they'll continue talks on new legislation to boost job creation before the end of the year. Today, we're learning more about what happened to 9-year-old Owen Jones before he died in September of last year. We do want to warn you, these details are extremely disturbing. Owen's 2 legal guardians are charged with murder, involuntary manslaughter, and torture. They were both in court today. So let's bring in Erica Erickson. She's live from the newsroom. And Erica, these guardians claimed that they were running a foster care home.
Yes, but Kimberly, prosecutors say the couple had been hiding the boy from the public to conceal abuse, locking him in his bedroom, homeschooling him, and not taking him to the doctor for regular checkups. As you said, the charges against Sherman Jones and Samguita Jones include murder, torture, and manslaughter for the death of the 9-year-old boy. Prosecutors say they neglected and physically abused the boy so badly he died from untreated pneumonia. He was found in September of last year at their home on Gladstone Street in Detroit. Now, Sherman Jones' own mother testifying today during the preliminary hearing that she even called Child Protective Services to do a welfare check after seeing marks on the boy. We also heard from a responding officer and a child abuse expert who says Owen had fractures and scars all over his body, likely from being hit by, quote, something flexible like a cord.
There were a lot of marks from pretty much head to toe all over his body, front and back. There was bruising on the back of his head, almost like bed sores, and on his backside.
That area of bone was torn off his upper arm bone.
Just incredibly graphic and horrific testimony today. Prosecutors say, depending on the testimony, they could also be adding a charge of first-degree child abuse. That preliminary hearing continues tomorrow morning. Now, we also spoke with Owen's biological mother. She says Sherman and Sam Jones were only supposed to have temporary custody of Owen for about a year. She calls them manipulators and liars. We speak with her next on Local 4 News at 5. For now, reporting live, Erica Erickson, Local 4.
Erica, we'll see you then. Thank you so much. In a few hours, the Grand Blanc community will gather to honor victims of the attack on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The details are on your screen right now. It's happening at Grand Blanc High School. Just a few things to keep in mind. No open flames are allowed, only electronic lights. No bags are allowed in the stadium, and there will be metal detectors at all entries. The ceremony will start tonight at 7. Today marks 2 years since the October 7th Hamas attack on Israel. A live look at Jerusalem's Western Wall, which remains a symbol of hope and prayer in Israel. 1,200 people were killed in the attack. More than 250 others were taken hostage. 48 are still trapped in Gaza right now. Israel's military response began that same day and has continued for 2 years, with tens of thousands killed in Gaza and widespread destruction. Delegations from both sides are now in Egypt today working toward a ceasefire. Back here at home, Detroit police are trying to find the man who set fire to a vacant church on the city's east side. An officer spotted smoke back in April near Mound and Dwyer and found the building on French Road fully engulfed. Investigators say it was arson. Surveillance video shows a man on a bike carrying what looks like a turkey baster, then riding away as flames broke out. There's a cash reward for any information that leads to an arrest. Some parts of Oakland County are being told to conserve their water usage as repairs continue on a 42-inch water main in Novi. Right now, all boil water advisories are lifted after the water main burst last month. But people in Wixom are being told to avoid using sprinklers or unnecessary water. The Great Lakes Water Authority says there's still more work that needs to be done. The water main is expected to be fixed in a little more than a week.